With an update on Sunny's DUI manslaughter case and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for July 2nd. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Talking after the bell about a role in WWE, Natalya, who is set to challenge Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title tonight, said, "I mean, for me, I believe in being consistent. I believe in being reliable. I believe in being there for the company. I love what I do. I've grown up around this my entire life. My dad was fired by WWE like 5 times. It's not a sob story at all. It's just the truth. Growing up, my dad couldn't hold down his job in WWE, while my uncles, Brett and Owen and Davey, they were able to sustain a longer, more successful career. My dad really struggled to keep his job because he battled a lot of demons, and I grew up with that my whole life. I grew up with that instability of my dad doing great, my dad losing his job, my dad doing great, my dad losing his job. So for me as an adult and getting into the industry, I had this different perspective than every other girl or guy. I greatly wanted to succeed in the industry that my parents struggled in. I love the connection that my dad and I have together in the ring. We shared that bond, but I know that my dad struggled to have success in this industry, so it gave me this different perspective that I had to succeed in it, that I had to be perfect, that I had to be there for everyone, that I had to be good at everything, that I had to leave no stone unturned, that I had to make Vince McMahon happy at every single corner of my career. It makes me emotional talking about it, but I kind of became the company girl. That's actually something I've never really talked about before, but it's true. I became the company girl. You need her to fart on TV? She'll do it. You need her to be a babyface tonight? She'll do it. You need her to be a heel tonight? She'll do it. You need her to wrestle Doudrop on the other show even though she's on SmackDown? She'll do it. She'll do whatever you need. You need a match in 10 seconds? She'll do it. You need a match in 10 seconds? She'll do it. You need a match in 3 seconds? She'll do it. Natty is the company girl. I've been that way for so long, and it's definitely kept me in WWE for 15 years. Talent, drive, passion, work ethic, being reliable, being consistent, but in some ways, it's actually hurt me too, because I've been the girl that's been afraid to take risks. I've been the girl that's afraid of pissing anyone off backstage. I want to please everyone, especially Vince McMahon. Speaking to Talk Sport about potential matchups for him, AEW star Miro revealed he wants to face the ROH TV champion. I respect Samoa Joe a lot. He's such a legit ass kicker that I would love to face him and have that classic, put that meat to work. Wardlow is the young guy of the group. He's got a lot more to learn. He's big, he's strong. He's got the audience behind him, but there is a difference between being on the road for 10, 12, 15 years and doing it consistently. He's got the powerbomb symphony or whatever you call it, but once you test yourself against one of these big guys like me or Joe, you have a hard time to pick up for one of your power bombs, then plans change, my friend. What's your second move? What's your third move? That's where the challenge for him is going to come. During an interview with What Culture, Miro touched on the possibility of his wife and former WWE star Lana joining him in AEW. "I think me and CJ have always been money since the beginning. We've done this everywhere. We've gone from reality shows to other professional wrestling television shows, even Drop the Mic. We've done rapping shows and stuff like that. I know that this always works, but in my mind, the Redeemer's mind, his wife is always there. So it's a no-brainer for my gorgeous wife to join my team eventually." On the Masked Man show, AEW President Tony Khan talked about the physical transformation of Chris Jericho, where he mentioned the star returned to action after dealing with a blood clot. At the end of last year, it's crazy to think that Chris Jericho was out with a blood clot, was actually stuck in England, and couldn't fly back. It ended up being the best thing that's ever happened in Chris's career, and one of the best things that happened to AEW because Chris came back better than ever, looking better than ever, lost 31 pounds, and looks 5 or 6 years ago when Chris was really in peak shape. Now he's back in that shape. We've never seen this Jericho in AEW, which is scary because he's been in so many of our biggest moments and was our first champion. He's probably as strong a wrestler as we've ever had in AEW, and he's better than ever right now. With him working as an ambassador for WWE while rehabbing a knee injury, Titus O'Neil spoke to Wrestling Inc. about the possibility of an in-ring return. We were talking about some things. I won't say how soon, but it'll definitely happen at the right time. But I'm very, very committed to continuing to be the best global ambassador that I can possibly be. Every situation that I've ever been placed in WWE, I've always strived to make the best of it. This is the most important role that I'll ever have in the company. Regardless of when I come back to the ring and win a title or win 2 titles or whatever it may be, I'm already in the history books as a Hall of Famer, as a Warrior Award recipient, and will continue to be celebrated for being significant. Success, I've already done that 10,000 times over, but I want to continue to remain significant and be able to leave a lasting impression on each and every individual that I touch, whether it be interviewees or children or families or coworkers, just continuing to be that positive person to be around that hopefully empowers them to want to go out and do something amazing. NXT star Solo Sikoa, who is a brother of the Usos, has been impressing many backstage. As Fightful reported, there are serious discussions being had about Sikoa coming up to the main roster as recently as this week. With the bloodline on SmackDown, it remains to be seen if Solo joins this faction. Talking to Denise Salcedo, Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair gave her thoughts on Stephanie McMahon stepping in as interim CEO and chairwoman of WWE. I love Stephanie. I think Stephanie is such an inspiration. Out of all the women that I think of, she's someone that I've always looked up to. She checks all the boxes. She doesn't stay in one box. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a CEO, she's a boss. She's just all around just inspiration to me. With John Cena's pep talk on Raw proving to do wonders for Montez Ford, allowing him to pick up a win on Monday, Angelo Dawkins revealed while speaking to Adrian Hernandez, we got to talk to John a little bit off camera. He just gave us words of encouragement. He's big fans of both of us. Just keep doing what we do, giving us advice on evolving and improving ourselves and making sure we never get comfortable being in the spot we're in, even though we're in a pretty good spot. Wanting more, keep wanting more, keep improving, don't stop. The work gets harder as time goes on, and you keep getting more responsibilities. We want those responsibilities. He was just telling us that. Recalling some of the shortcomings of Cesaro's time in WWE, Dutch Mantel revealed a rejected pitch on the Smack Talk podcast. Before I left, I said, listen, why don't you guys think about this? Why don't you guys try to do this James Bond 007 look for Cesaro? Just see how they'd come out, because he looks like a classic European, and he dresses nice, he looks nice. They didn't see any worth in that. I don't even think they knew what I was talking about. They said, hell, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But they could have done a lot more with Cesaro had they just sat down and thought about it. That's the problem. They don't sit down and think about stuff. With her and Naomi still listed on the internal WWE roster despite their walkout on Raw from over a month ago, Sasha Banks could be seen with Bayley recently as they were getting IV therapy drip in Orlando. In an update on the DUI manslaughter case against former WWE star Tammy Sytch, PW Insider has reported that Sunny is in need of a public defender, given her attorney requested to withdraw from legal proceedings. Sytch filed a petition with Volusia County Court in Florida on June 30th, seeking to be given criminal indignant status, meaning that since she is without sufficient income to afford a lawyer for defense in her criminal case, she is requesting public defender to assist her in her DUI-related criminal case. In her petition seeking a public defender, Sytch stated that she has $2,500 in bank accounts, has zero income, and has total liabilities and debts totaling $28,000. There is no word if those debts would include the fees and penalties she owes to courts in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Sytch had been running an OnlyFans page at the time of her arrest. Known for his time in WWE as Aiden English, Impact Wrestling's Matthew Raywalt recently went online to blast a promotion, which was having a meet and greet he was supposed to take part in. So Wrestling Entertainment Series has cost me time and now cost me income. I was asked to be on this show, but had a conflicting booking. I was told they really wanted me, and would pay me up front. So as they were former colleagues, I took them at their word and passed on my other booking. And since I've been completely ghosted, zero communication, I have friends booked for the show, and luckily some of them have been paid already, but I doubt the show will happen. No travel, hotel, or any pertinent information has been shared with anyone I know. Now I'm also out a weekend of income due to them. Part of that is on me, as I chose to forgo my other date. But as I said, I was told repeatedly that for sure this was happening, and they wanted me to be there. I would be wary of buying a ticket or the broadcast of the show. On the Monday mailbag with Mike Chioda, former WWE star Santino Marella talked about which of the McMahons is the most intelligent, saying Shane wasn't there as much as Stephanie while I was there. I would tell my daughter, you have to grow up and be like Stephanie, man. For the type of daughter I want to put in the world, Stephanie is the perfect role model. And Linda is the smartest. Linda is the smartest of them all. She's the brains behind everything. Oh my god. If you get a conversation with Linda, it's like a special moment. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.